already down to 4 stamina. This could be a very short adventure. Greetings from Bermuda, this is BDA Limey, and welcome to Fabled Lands, an old school narrative RPG based on the Fabled Lands gamebooks that were produced in the mid-1990s. I did not play those gamebooks, but as a kid growing up, I did play the Fighting Fantasy gamebooks, so the Warlock of Firetop Mountain et al. From what I understand, it is basically the first 3 or so, I think, of the Fabled Lands gamebooks, kind of condensed into a digital adaptation, which is an open world where you can go where you like, but where there is permadeath and the wrong choice can lead to your instant demise. Alright, so we can start by customizing our character. So we have a choice of several different classes to pick from. Warrior, Mage, Priest, Rogue, Wayfarer, Troubadour. I'm going to start with the Warrior. And for the first character, I will name him after myself. Alright, well I'll do, for starters. So we begin with 2 starting skills, which we will see more of when we get into combat. Difficulty, I got a choice of 4 difficulties: Explorer, Adventurer, Champion, Iron Man. I am going to play on Champion. It's warning me off, but it's fine. It's the classic Fabled Lands gamebook experience. So this is very much a narrative experience, so there is going to be quite a lot of text to read. I am going to attempt to do as good a job of that as possible. So let's begin, with the background. So you seek fame through adventure and the glory of battle. You left your homeland when an extended outbreak of peace made your skills redundant there. You are blunt and outspoken, but scrupulously follow the warrior's code. You know the Merchants Guild in Yellowport needs assistance. Okay, welcome to Fabled Lands. Read carefully within the text. There could be hints of what perils lie ahead. So if I die, it's all my own fault. The Isle of Druids. The approach of dawn has turned the sky a milky grey-green like jade. The sea is a luminous pane of silver. Holding the tiller of your sailing boat, you keep your gaze fixed on the glittering constellation known as the Spider. It marks the north, and by keeping it to port, you know you are still on course. The sun appears in a trembling burst of red fire at the rim of the world. Slowly, the chill of night gives way to a brazen warmth. You lick your parched lips. There is a little water sloshing in the bottom of the barrel by your feet, but not enough to see you through another day. Sealed in a scroll case tucked inside your jerkin is the parchment map your grandfather gave you on his deathbed. You remember his stirring tales of far sea voyages, of kingdoms beyond the western horizon, of sorcerous islands and ruined palaces filled with treasure. As a child, you dreamed of nothing else but the magical quests that were in store if you too became an adventurer. You never expected to die in an open boat before your adventures even began. Securing the tiller, you unroll the map and study it again. You hardly need to. Every detail is etched into your memory by now. According to your reckoning, you should have reached the east coast of Harkuna, the great northern continent, days ago. A pasty grey blob splatters onto the map. After a moment of stunned surprise, you look up and curse the seagulls circling directly overhead. Then it strikes you. Where there's a seagull, there may be land. You leap to your feet and scan the horizon. Sure enough, a line of white cliffs lie a league to the north. Have you been sailing along the coast all this time without realizing the mainland was so close? Steering towards the cliffs, you feel the boat judder against rough waves. A howling wind whips plumes of spindrift across the sea. Breakers pound the high cliffs. The tiller is yanked out of your hands. The little boat is spun around out of control and goes plunging in towards the coast. You leap clear at the last second. There is the snap of timber, the roaring crescendo of the waves, and then silence as you go under. Striking out wildly, you try to swim clear of the razor-sharp rocks. For a while, the undertow threatens to drag you down. Then suddenly a wave catches you and flings you contemptuously up onto the beach. It's time to begin your adventure. Battered and bedraggled, you lie gasping for breath until you hear someone walking along the shore towards you. Wary of danger, you lose no time in getting to your feet. Confronting you is an old man clad in a dirty loincloth. His eyes have a feverish bright look that is suggestive of either a mystic or a madman. "Well, well, well, what have we here, friends?" asks the old man. He seems to be talking to someone next to him. although you are certain he's alone. Looks like a washed-up adventurer to me, he says, in answer to his own question. All wet and out of luck. He carries on having a conversation that quickly turns into a heated debate. He's clearly quite mad. Excuse me, you shout above the hubbub in an attempt to grab the old man's attention. He stops and stares at you. Is this the Isle of the Druids? You ask impatiently. Indeed it is, says the old man. I see that you are from a far land, so it is up to me to welcome you to Harkuna. But I think you may have much to do here, as it is written in the stars that someone like you would come. Your destiny awaits you. Follow me, young adventurer. The old man turns smartly about and begins walking up a path towards some hills. You can just see some sort of monolithic stone structure atop one of them. Alright, so we can follow him. We can scour the remnants washed ashore, or we can explore the island on our own. Do we have time to scour the remnants? Let's try. You find a small vial holding a reddish concoction. You bless your good fortune when you recognize it as a healing potion. Don't forget to click on the item in the loot chest to transfer it to your inventory. Okay. We'll restore 5 stamina. So we start out with 9, so that seems pretty good. Single-use potion that restores some of your stamina. Drink in case of emergency. Okay, inventory. Click the icon at the bottom left of your screen or press I or C to access your inventory. This is your inventory. Every item you pick up is stored in here. Right-click on items in your inventory to find out what you can do with them. Okay, so that gives us the options. To equip a weapon or armor, right-click on it and select Equip, or drag and drop it onto the character slot highlighted in blue on your character sheet. Okay, got it. That summarizes all of our abilities and all of our stats as well. Blessings, resurrection deals, curses and diseases, etc, etc. Okay, alright, let's continue and follow the old man. During a short trip upward, the old man regales you with tales of your destiny and fate, continuously arguing with himself as he does so. Okay, exploration. Click on any of the available map locations in order to move your character. Okay, I assume this is where he was heading, so let's head up there ourselves. You reach a hill covered with a circle of large obsidian standing stones. Despite the bitter wind that blows across these hills, the stones are unweathered and seem almost newly lain. Here are the gates to the gates of the world, says the mad old man. The stones are laid in such a way that they form 3 archways, each carven with mystic symbols and runes of power. Each gate will take you to a part of the world of Harkuna, though I know not where, explains the old man. Abruptly, he turns around and sets off down the hill, babbling to himself. His voice fades as he descends the hill, leaving you alone with the brooding stones and the howling wind. There are 3 stones gates engraved with ancient runes. Each gate is marked with a name: Yellowport, Marlock City, and Wishport. From here you can see the coast and the whole island, which is heavily forested. Step through one of the archways or explore the island further. I feel we should explore the island before we leave it, so let's do that. You decide to explore the island further and ponder where to go next. You have a clear view from the top of the hill of the northern parts of the island, and you notice a previously unknown to you road that snakes along the cliff tops. Make a move. Okay, you can drag the camera with your left mouse button or zoom in or out with your mouse wheel to look around. Okay, and we have a number of objectives over here. So the reason that some of them are showing as complete is because I did do one short, not playthrough, but spent a little bit of time with one character just so I had a basic idea of how the game played before I did this. So yeah, normally none of those would be complete at the moment. Alright, so the island to the south looks uninteresting. There is somewhere here in the middle of the forest we could go. Trading post on the coast or coastal road to the north, or back to the beach where we came from, I guess. Let's take the coastal road. You're on the coastal road that snakes along the wind-swept cliff tops in the north of Isle of Druids. Roll dice. Score 2 to 5, attacked by highwaymen. Score 6 to 8, you meet a militia patrol. Score 9 to 12, attacked by a weirboar. You meet a militia patrol. These militiamen are employed by the mercantile guilds of Marlock City and Yellowport to keep the roads safe. If you're worried about thieves, you should invest in a townhouse and leave some of your money at home, advises the militia sergeant. Or better still, invest at the Merchants Guild, suggests the captain. Anyways, if misfortune strikes, you are left without any weapon or armor and you are completely broke, find us and we will aid you. So yeah, when we die, we lose everything that we have on us. So we should try not to die. Although, like I say, it's part of the game. And probably when I die, I will just start a new character and begin again. But we shall see as we go. Let's try not to die. Okay, you can recap all tutorial messages by reviewing the tutorial log. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's head to the trading post. Let's see what's going on over there. The trading post, exploration. While in town, you can click on the icons to visit different locations such as temples, the local inn, the harbour, etc. Click on the chest icon to buy a house or access your personal storage once you own a house. Trading post is a small village set up here by enterprising settlers from the mainland. Its main export appears to be furs from the forest. The mayor, a fat genial fellow who greets you personally, insists that one day the trading post will be a thriving town. There is not a lot here yet, however. A small market, a quay, the settlers' houses, and a shrine to Lacuna, the huntress, goddess of nature. So explore, quayside, temple, inn, house dash, market. Okay, you found an abandoned house which you claim as your own. Nice. When back in town view, click on the chest icon to access your new personal storage. Note that any items or shards that you store here are accessible from any house you may obtain. Okay. Inn. The Great Man Inn costs you 1 shard a day, so shards are the money. Each day you spend here, you can recover 1 stamina point if injured, up to the limit of your normal unwounded stamina score. Okay, well we are not injured at the moment, so we have no current need of the inn's services. Market. Okay, so a bunch of stuff to buy. So this is all the items in the market. Weapons, armor, adventuring gear, I guess by the looks of it. Trinkets. Whatever that is. Scrolls. Food, possibly. However, we've only got 16 shards, so we can't afford any of it, apart from some ammunition, which is probably not much good if we don't have something to shoot it with. So we will come back here when we have some more money. Temple. You want to see how the divine is represented in this settlement. Visit the shrine to Lacuna or visit the temple of Najil. Let's go to Lacuna. The shrine is set in a wooded grove. Birds twitter in the trees and a deer darts away into the forest at your approach. A priestess is tending a low altar where food and drink has been laid out in honor of Lacuna, the goddess of the wilderness. She is the patron of hunters, trappers, woodsmen, and all those who seek oneness with nature. Hey, game familiar, how you doing? Beware the squirrels, the evil nut stealers, are they? I will stay away from them, or slay them. Have you played this yourself? Become an initiate of Lacuna, renounce the worship of Lacuna, seek a blessing, talk to the priestess, leave the temple. Let's talk to the priestess first. The priestess, dressed in silken robes and wearing a wreath of oak leaves, says, I have need of an adventurer like yourself. For arcane reasons involving the secret mysteries of Lacuna, I need the tusk of a boar. A weirboar, in fact. Hunt down one and bring me its tusk. In return, I will teach you how to be a better scout. Alright, we can do that. I believe a weirboar was one of the options on that coastal road. So I'm guessing that's where we'll go for that. New information was added to your log. Click the quest log at the bottom of the screen to access it. And apparently that's easy. And if we do it, we will get +1 to our scouting skill. Click on the compass button on the minimap at the top right corner of the screen to open your world map. Important quest destinations will be marked on this map. Okay, so I can see... okay, yeah, so it shows us where the quest is. Right at the northern tip. So this is the little island that we're on now, and this is everywhere else. Yeah, the world is supposed to be pretty big. And you can basically, I think, go anywhere you like in any order you like. But if you go into dangerous areas too early, you will die. So, gotta be a bit careful that we don't accidentally do that. Maybe we should become an initiate of Lacuna. Becoming an initiate of Lacuna gives you the benefit of paying less for blessings and other services the temple can offer. It costs 30 shards to become an initiate. No, I guess not then. You cannot do this if you are already an initiate of another temple. Alright. So if we seek a blessing, if you're an initiate, it costs only 10 shards to purchase Lacuna's blessing. A non-initiate must pay 25 shards, which we also don't have. Scouting blessing works by allowing you to try again when you fail a scouting ability check. It is good for only one reroll. You can only have one scouting blessing at any one time. Once it is used up, you can return to any branch of the Temple of Lacuna to buy a new one. Okay. Runaway noobs, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Okay, so we can't do anything there because we've got no money, so we will come back when we have some more money. Let's go and visit the Temple of Nagil. Nagil is the Lord of the Lands of the Dead, and his temple in the trading post is covered in friezes and gargoyles of ornate design, depicting the souls of the dead on their journey to the underworld. Inside it is cool and dark, hung with black velvet drapes. A scroll tacked to the wall reads, "Wanted, person of unusual resourcefulness. See Temple Warden." Well, I am a person of unusual resourcefulness, so I will visit the Warden. The Warden is in charge of security. "We have had an unfortunate accident," he says worriedly. "In the crypt below the temple, we sometimes experiment with the corpses of the dead. You know, the occasional zombie. Part of the rituals in honor of this particular aspect of Nagil we revere here. It seems a ghoul has escaped from these pits and is terrorizing the villagers at night. We'd rather someone like you sorted out the problem before the militia got to hear of it. Destroy it and bring me the ghoul's head." It's very careless of you to let a ghoul out. But fine, I will accept the mission. So new entry in our quest log. Medium difficulty, okay. Are we ready? Okay, what does it cost to become an initiate of Nagil? Oh, you take the mission. Search for it at night, says the Warden. Okay. Becoming the initiate of Nagil gives you the benefit of paying less for services the temple can offer. You cannot do this if you're already an initiate of another temple, okay? To become an initiate, you have to pass a priestly exam. If you want to take the exam, you will have to make a sanctity check at difficulty 10. Well, I was always pretty good at exams. How hard can that be? Roll 2 dice and add your score in the given ability. To succeed in a task, you must get higher than the difficulty. Okay, so 2 dice plus 4 has to be bigger than 10. 58% chance of success. Fail. Unfortunately, you fail the exam. The priests of Nagil do not take failure lightly, hence you are forced to leave the temple, at least for now. You know that any consequent attempts will be a lot harder. Oh, great, okay. Well, screw you guys anyway, I wanted to be an initiate of Lacuna. There is now a red icon on there. What did that? Powerful adversary. Oh, okay. I guess that's probably the ghoul then. So let's not go there right now. So the one place we haven't checked out yet is the quayside. Now, the quayside at the trading post is a simple affair without the harbour facilities or the shipwrights of the larger ports. There are no ships available to buy here, but if you already own a ship, you can buy and sell cargo. Ludiculture, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. How's it going? So I could buy passage to Yellowport for 15 shards. Which I guess I could do now. However, I've not finished looking around the island yet. But yeah, no ships to buy. Can buy cargo. Spices, only 900 shards. Crew. When I have a ship. Okay. So this is not happening yet. So we will leave. And we will go and see whether we can find the Weirboar. So I think it was here. I think we're going to have to get lucky though in our dice roll. We need a 9 to 12. 6. So we meet the militia again. Okay, same spiel as last time, which makes sense. This is based on a game book, so this would be turning back to the same entry in the book. Okay, so if we want to do this, we just have to keep coming back here until we roll what we need, I think. So let's try to do that. 6. Nope, the militia still haven't gone. They are still there. Because I would like to complete this quest before I go. However, if it's going to take too much back and forth... 5. Oh, attacked by highwaymen instead. Okay. Fine. 2 brigands leap out from hiding and menace you with their swords. One is behind you, one in front. Give it up, they advise. Money's not worth getting killed over. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, they have an accomplice in hiding who shoots you with an arrow. You lose 1 stamina. 3rd brigand then leaps up to join his comrades. Continue the fight. You prepare to teach these brigands some manners. You played a crude digital version of the Fabled Lands books 10 years ago? Oh, really? Java Fabled Lands? Ha! Nice. I hadn't even heard of the game books. I mean, I've heard of this game a while ago, but didn't realize it was based on game books until I looked at the demo. But yeah, it seems very, very well done. And the art is gorgeous. Even though it's fairly kind of, simple and straightforward. I think it looks really good. Okay, combat. Combat plays out in rounds, with each combatant taking their own turn. Everything you do costs action points. The order of portraits at the top of the screen from left to right determines in what order combatants take turns. Okay. Left click on a ground hex to move. Once an enemy is in range, indicated in red, left click on it to attack. Remember to keep an eye on your action points in the bar at the top left. Okay, so 6 action points. End your turn by pressing N or clicking on the N turn button at the top. Okay, so 2 action points to move 1, 4 action points to move 2, 6 action points to move 3. We also have these actions available to us down at the bottom. So basic attack, but we have to be in range to do that. Defend. Focus on your defenses, getting +2 points to defense until the start of your next turn. Disengage. 2 action points. Use the disengage action so that movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of the turn. Okay, I guess we'll figure out what that means later. Use item. For 1 action point, use a consumable item in your backpack, such as a potion. Swap weapons. Cost 1 action point. Switch between an equipped, ranged, or melee weapon. And then we have our 2 abilities that are class specific. So tactical assessment, 3 action points. By examining your opponent's weaknesses, you're able to exploit them, gaining +1 damage. The enemies will adapt in 4 turns. And stunning blow. Action point cost 4. Rush forward in a straight line to any enemy within 4 range, hitting it for 50% of maximum weapon damage and pushing it to an adjacent unoccupied tile. The enemy is also stunned for 1 round. Okay, so quick recap on combat stats. So we have offense, which is the chance of hitting an enemy with our currently equipped weapon. I don't know how many dice we roll to determine that. But anyway, defense, ability to evade non-magical attacks, 8. Stamina is hit points. Action points we know, damage 1 to 3, so the damage we inflict when successfully hitting an enemy. Crit chance 3%, chance to block 0. Alright. So 2 of them with 4 stamina, 1 with 3. So, can't do much. Do we know how many action points they have? 4. He is the archer there, so I'm guessing he is not gonna close. So why don't we just use all our action points to move there and end our turn? Ow. You can also use special actions from the action bar. Click on a skill icon to start casting. If the skill is not instantly casted, you can cancel it by right-clicking. Okay. I think what we will do now is charge in. Do we smack the archer or do we smack one of the others? I don't know whether the archer can shoot us when we're right next to him anyway. I feel like we should probably prioritize these guys. So, plus it stops them acting. Okay. 2 action points left. Which is not enough to do anything. Alright then. End turn. Already down to 4 stamina. This could be a very short adventure. And I only did 1 damage to him. Okay. Tactical assessment will cost me 3, or I can just hit them twice. Or I should probably use my potion. How many more hits can I take? Damage 1, damage 1 to 2, damage 2. Yeah, let's try. If we kill him, then we won't be able to be killed by the others, I don't think so. Oh, you're going to make me do 2 hits, and I might not even hit. I did hit. Okay, good. End turn. Ow, ow. 2 stamina. What are you doing? Why do you have a sparkly thing above your head? Cannot be good. I am definitely using this potion, though. So restores 5 stamina. Wait. Oh, okay. I'm going to say, why did that take 5 action points? It didn't. So as you mouse over, the action point display shows you how many will be left once you have completed that action. But unfortunately with 5 I can only do 1 attack. So I guess we want to take this one out because she could do more damage than the crossbow dude. Is it worth doing this for +1 damage? That would be 2 to 4 damage. No. 1 damage again. It might have been worth it. 4 stamina. Okay. Hit you. Oh no, not again. Hit you again. Yes. Good. As with all game books, there is a certain amount of luck as to whether you live or die as well. Okay, I'm feeling confident that I can take you out in 2 hits. Yes. Okay. That was pretty rough. Wow. Used our potion and lost 5 health. Searching the bodies of the brigands, you find a suit of leather armor, 1 suit of ringmail, a couple of bolts, a sword, and a purse containing 37 shards. Okay, well, that was pretty good loot. Let's take all of this stuff. And let's have a look and see whether we can actually make use of any of it. So, leather armor, we currently have ringmail, +2 defense. This is only +1 defense, so no. Another set of ringmail. A short sword, so damage 1 to 6. But action point cost 4, as opposed to our axe, Action point costs 3 damage, 1 to 3. So the axe is better because we can attack, well, yeah, we only get to attack once per round. Shell, hello, welcome back. How's it going? Yeah, with a short sword we only get to attack once per round, which feels bad, even though we could do more damage, whereas this is really 2 to 6 damage per round. So I'm going to stick with the axe. The bolts could be useful, but we have no crossbow, so alas. I'm not sure I'm in a fit state to fight a weirboar now though, so I'm going back to town. And I'm going to go to the inn and drown my sorrows. And fully heal. Alright. I'm still not sure I'm ready for that challenge. Let's get back to the coastline, see whether we missed anything. You make your way around the coast. The interior of the island appears to be heavily forested. After a while, however, you come to a bay in which a couple of ships are anchored. A small settlement nestles on the beach. Okay, so no. It's just where we started. Alright, let's head into the forest and see what's there. The trees are closely packed, leaning together as if in conference, whispering quietly among themselves. Birds twitter in the distance, and slivers of sunlight lance down through the musty gloom. As you proceed along a forest track, you think you hear a rustling in the bushes. Later, you spot a shadowy figure darting through the trees. Or was it your imagination? Was it my imagination? An animal snuffling sound right behind you makes you spin round, but there is nothing there. Make a scouting roll. Okay, so roll 2 dice, add 3, must be bigger than 10, 41% chance of success. Fail. Soon you realize you are completely lost in this strange magical forest. You wander around for days, barely able to find enough food and water. You lose 2 stamina. You eventually stagger out of the forest to the coast. Maybe if I could complete the quest for the druid, the extra scouting skill would help me not get lost in the forest. Okay, so let's go back to town. I'm going to do a fight. I want to start it on full health. Unless I can buy... Are they selling any potions? They're not selling any potions. Are they selling any crossbow, short bow, sling? Requires bullets to shoot. Crossbow is 90 gold. That is a lot. Well... Okay. I'm going to spend all my money healing. But it's better than dying. What do we do? Let's try our luck on the coastal road again. 4, attacked by highwaymen, or maybe not. You recognize the place where you fought off the brigands. You search beyond the hedge beside the road for remnants of their camp. However, you find no sign that a camp was ever here. Perhaps you dreamed the whole thing. I didn't. Just as you're about to give up, something on the beach below catches your eye. You spot the wrecked timber of a ship, stuck between the cruel rocks. A thorough search and you find a washed-up smolderfish. Indeed. A smolderfish smells fishy. Alchemy. Alchemical ingredient, I guess. Well, at least it's better than leaving empty-handed. Possibly. Are we up to fighting this werebore? I'm not sure. I actually don't know what we should do. Given how quickly we almost died in that fight with the highwayman. But apparently the Weibo fight is easy, so we're going to keep trying to get it. I guess this is one of the downsides of being gamebook based. Is that we literally have to go backwards and forwards until we get it. But we got another fish, so all is not lost. We can start a fish shop if at the end of the day we still have not found the Weibo. However, we have. A Weibo in ornate armor comes thundering out of the undergrowth near the road with a raised spear. There is no chance of retreat or surrender in this battle. Fight. Please let us live. 8 stamina. Damage 2. With a spear. I've got a very bad feeling about this. So what does, if we give +2 points to defense, what does that actually mean? Ability to evade, but what does that mean? Who knows? How many action points has he got? 5. So he can presumably get there. And then, I bet because he's got a spear, he could probably hit us if we were there. Although possibly not on that turn. Depends how much it costs him to attack. Do we assume it costs the same as it costs us to attack? Probably not. Let's go for it. Okay. Wait, can we do this? I assume there was a range related to this, but maybe there isn't. Maybe I should have done this before charging into combat. That probably would have been a good idea. Can I get out of the way and do it? No, probably not, because he can probably move there for 2 and then attack me. Oh, shoot. Well, we could defend. Do this now and then defend. That better be worthwhile. We took 2 points of damage. Is that me with increased damage, or is that... No, that must be him has increased damage. Surely. Oh wait, I had Stunning Blow. Shoot. I should have used Stunning Blow. Okay, well. I can do it now. Do it now, but we are out of action points. Okay, but at least now I can hit him twice. Dead! It was easy, okay. Whew. I was a bit nervous doing combat when it's down to dice rolls. The creature's armor is too heavy to suit you, but you can take a hunting spear and a boar's tusk. Grab your acquisitions and continue onwards. Yay, we didn't die. Make a move. So is that spear any use to us? This is the skill screen. Wait, that was the skill screen. I clicked away. If you want more skills, you'll need to find out by skill scroll. Skills can be either active or passive. So that is the skill screen. So mage spells, troubadour skills. Okay, so there's all class specific skills. I don't know whether we can have skills from another class or not. I'm guessing not. Okay, so we've got to memorize them, so they kind of act like spells. But we can presumably, yeah, swap them in and out as we get more. If we live long enough to get more. Okay, spear. What's the deal with the spear? Yes, range 2. Damage 2 to 5. 5 action point cost. I still feel, well... the extra range. I do like being able to do 2 attacks. This is potentially more damage. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Let's go back and turn in our quest though. Visit Lacuna and talk to the priestess. Quest completed. The priestess, who is wearing the skin of a wolf and is covered in red paint, welcomes you gleefully. At last, the tusk of a weirboar. Now the ceremony can go ahead. The priestess rewards you with knowledge. You gain 1 scouting permanently. Nice. I could become... Do you have the money to become an initiate now? 30 shards to become an initiate. And then the blessing was 10. God, seems expensive. So that lets you to try a scouting check again that you fail. Snakebird Priestess, how you doing? Have you played this? Maybe I should though, if it will let me find whatever is in the forest. What do we need money for anyway? Let's do it. We are an initiate of the goddess of the forest. Too late. I have become an initiate. I wish to follow in the ways. Okay, good. At least 30 shards. I will get my blessing for 10. And leave the temple. That better be worth it. It only adds 1 to my roll though, so I guess it's my chance to just over 50-50. Oh, fail again. You use the blessing right away. Go on. Yes, successful scouting roll. You struggle deeper into the forest until you come to a thick wall of impenetrable thorn bushes. Circling it, you find there is a break in the hedge, but it is filled by a large tree. To your surprise, a face forms in the trunk and speaks in a woody voice. None can pass. Begone, human. Go back, attack the tree, try to persuade it to let you pass. I will try to persuade it to let me pass. You explain what a tree lover you are. I am. I'm like an initiate of the druid goddess. I mean, what more do you want? And that your heart has always been at home in forests. You portray yourself as the greenest adventurer ever. It's true. Make a charisma roll. Oh dear, I don't think my charisma's that high. 4. Okay, still marginally over a 50-50 chance. Yes, success! Well, suppose I could let one such as you through, says the tree thoughtfully. Then it uproots itself with a great tearing sound and shuffles out of the way. There you go, says the tree. You may pass. You walk through the thornbush gate. Beyond, you find several huge oak trees whose branches are so big that they are able to support the homes of many people. The City of Trees. Welcome to the City of the Trees, says a passing woman, dressed in the garb of a druid. The city has been built amid the branches of several mighty oaks. Ladders run up and down the trees to houses that perch like nests in the branches. You are not allowed into any houses, but the druids allow you to barter at the market. The druid's leader or the market? Let's go talk to the druid's leader. You are brought before the druid's leader, the oak druid, a bearded fellow with earth and leaves all tangled up in his hair. He asks you to perform a service for them. Take this oak staff to the willow druid in the forest of Larun. The sacred grove where he lives will be hard to find, but I'm sure you can do it. The willow druid will give you something to bring back to me. When you return with it, I will make your techniques of tracking and your wilderness lore better. Okay, where would the forest of Larun be? You accept the staff and take the... You accept the task at hand. You remind yourself to take the oak staff on the way out. Yes, let's not forget to pick it up. The forest of Larun. Forest of Larun. Forest of Larun is there, where the big yellow mark is helpfully. Okay, that's a way away. We won't be getting there anytime soon. Let's go and talk to the druid's leader before we go. The oak druid who asked for you to take the oak staff to the willow druid has nothing more to say to you. Oh, sorry. Market, I mean. What do you have for sale for 6 shards? Not much. Ooh, fancy stuff. Blue stuff. Only 1,000 shards. Oh, or a book or a scroll for 1440 shards. I think I'm made of money. Okay. Come back when I'm richer. Okay, anywhere else to explore down here? That does not seem to be. So I guess we will go back here. And before I do anything else, I'm gonna go heal. In case I accidentally get involved in a fight somewhere. I'm gonna have to go fight this thing, aren't I? I may die. Be fine. You set out that night on your quest to find the ghoul. Oh god. I may not even find the ghoul. Fail. You were not sure where to start looking for the ghoul, so you wander around, looking for stories, strange murders, anything that might put you on its trail. Make a scouting roll. I can do that. Difficulty 11 though. Maybe I can't. I can't. You hear some rumours doing the rounds in the taverns. The trail of gruesome murders and tales of terror lead you to an old cemetery in a near-deserted part of the old quarter. It is early morning, only an hour or so before dawn, so you have almost no time before the ghoul goes into hiding. Wait, what happened? I've got a disease, obviously, that can be cured at the Temple of Makat, while curses can be removed at the Temple of Bakken. However, there are more efficient ways to do it. But what just happened? You thread your way through the pitted tombstones and brooding crypts of the cemetery, under a pale moon that bathes the graveyard in a sickly, pallid light. Suddenly, a foul stench fills your nostrils, and a figure rises up out of the shadows. Yellow eyes glow with feral bloodlust, and the creature sinks its black teeth into your arm before you can react. 4 stamina? Good grief. You've been infected. You now have a disease, ghoul bite. Until you find a cure, you have 1 point subtracted from your sanctity, combat, and charisma abilities. The ghoul, a rotting, walking corpse, lunges for you again. Invoke the power of the gods. That seems like that will just give it the chance to bite me again. We know Nagil, the priest of Nagil, sent us after this thing, so obviously his god's not going to be much help. Is my priestess god going to be any help? I mean, maybe. We could try it. I think this is going to be a bad decision. You call on the powers of the gods to banish this foul, blasphemous travesty of life. The ghoul shrinks back for a moment, snarling. Make a sanctity roll. Pass! Good grief. The ghoul staggers back, howling at the night sky and gnashing its teeth. Suddenly, brownish ichor spills from its eyes and the flesh begins to shrivel on its bones. It collapses in on itself, leaving only a mound of putrescent matter, atop of which rests its head, now lifeless. Empty eye sockets staring at the moon. I'll take your skull as a trophy, thank you. You grab the head and set off. That could have gone badly. I am going to heal. Oh, okay, so the cost of fully healed, it is still 1 per thing you need. We do need more money. We are now out of money. So, yeah, I hope there's a big reward for this. You want to see how the divine is represented in the settlement, visit the Temple of Nagil, visit the Warden. You did it, exclaims the Warden happily, taking the ghoul's head and placing it in a jar. It's time for a reward. You can choose any one of these. An amber wand, +1 magic, 500 shards, or a free resurrection deal. If I don't take the shards, I might be stuck on this island forever. So although a free resurrection deal sounds great, a wand's no good to me. I'm a warrior, not a mage. So money it is. Cash, please. The priest looks you over. I'm afraid we have no one skilled enough to cure you. However, I believe the Temple of Mackay in Yellowport might be able to help. And the holy waters at Blessed Springs are known to be efficacious in this kind of case. Alright, good. Well, can we go... We needed to go to Yellowport anyway. That's where we were going. We could buy passage, but hang on. We might not need to. Because there were the stones on top of the hill. You can view the story text again at any time by clicking on your hero or on the show text button at the bottom left of the screen. Let's go and check out the stones and step through one of the archways. Step through the Yellowport Arch, step through the Marlock City Arch, or step through the Wishport Arch. Well, Yellowport is where we need to go for multiple reasons, so let's go there. You step through the archway. Immediately the symbols on the stone begin to glow with red-hot energy. Your hair stands on end and your body tingles. A crackling nimbus of blue-white force engulfs you. The sky darkens and thunder and lightning crash and leap across the heavens. Suddenly your vision fades and everything goes black. And that is where we're going to leave it at this time. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, this is BDLIME signing out. Bye for now.